Welcome back into the Sports Source. We were just talking about, never mind. Welcome back in. This segment of our show brought to you by Madisonville Marine. The Downtown Knoxville Boat Show is coming to town in March, but you can get great deals now on Skeeter, G3 Suncatcher pontoons, Yamaha motors, Sweetwater and Aqua Patio pontoons, Hurricane deck boats, Stingray boats. We're talking rebates of up to $1,000 on select models, all those different types of boats and motors. You're not going to beat Madisonville Marine. There's no better place to buy a boat. So get out to the Downtown Knoxville Boat Show when they come to town in March, or get down to Madisonville Marine right now and get the same savings. Madisonville Marine. All right. UT Tourney hopes, we're talking that next. We'll talk media etiquette a little later, and then a little something about America's #1 bandwagon fan, who's right here in Knoxville. But all week I heard that the Falcons lost the Super Bowl because Dan Quinn was too aggressive. Stayed in his offense, kept throwing the ball, ran only 5 times in the second half. What's he doing? You've got to know to eat clock. Yet for the previous 2 years, all I've heard was Butch Jones lost to Oklahoma and Florida because he ran too much and tried to eat too much clock, didn't throw more. Which is it?
It's both. I mean, it's situational football. I do think that Dan Quinn choked last week because he's got a first down. He's easy field goal range. You run the ball in the line.
But you're talking about one specific.
Yes,
but the Atlanta Journal-Constitution had about runs in the second half. It wasn't just that one drive.
No, but I will take it down to that one drive. I mean, I think you
it's
can.
The Kobayashi Maru. You're changing.
I mean, but right there, if he runs those 3 times, so I think it's situational football. You look at what you're doing and what you have to do.
Well, sometimes these guys outsmart themselves. I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. The situation was, it's about 5 minutes to go. You're inside the Patriots 25.
We're getting off the topic. We're not focusing on
you
one
ended
drive
up going
here.
backwards. If you kick a field goal, you run the ball and kick a field goal, you go up 11 points.
I understand that. You're changing what we're talking about. But let's go on to Mark Pancratz here. We'll get the second part of it. The goal was, all I heard was, conservative is good, eat clock. For 2 years, it was conservative, bad, don't try and sit on the clock. My point is, and we said it before the show, we're not going to say it, and I'll say it. The point is, it's whatever works. It's whatever doesn't work is the wrong thing to do. That's the bottom line. So if you eat clock and it works, you're right. If you eat clock and it doesn't work, you're wrong. That's the way it goes. That's coaching. Choke versus comeback. This wasn't about Patriots-Falcons. I didn't want to get into the Super Bowl.
Can I
quickly
here? Turnovers, to me, whether we're talking about basketball or football, if a team turns the ball over and it contributes to a comeback, that's a choke. If you lose while running your offense without turning it over, then that's not a choke. That's a good comeback.
Oh, good. You went there before I even asked the question. That's excellent. Comeback versus choke. That's been the easy go-to for everybody this week. Was this a comeback? Was this a choke? You can go back through history. My personal belief, it's 50-50 every time. Somebody has to leave the door open, and somebody has to walk through the door, or else you don't get the comeback, you don't get the choke. For example, everybody loves the Miracle at South Bend here from 1991. Tennessee, incredible comeback. Tennessee fans would tell you that is a comeback. Notre Dame fans would say that is a choke. Oklahoma, Florida, 2 years ago. Yep. Oklahoma and Florida would say comeback. Tennessee this year versus Florida. Comeback. Florida people, choke. We got it in basketball, 2007, Ohio State, up 20, and then lose, comeback or choke. Mark, as a former coach, where do you stand on comeback choke? Do you think you can have a choke more than comeback? Do you think you can have a comeback more than a choke? Or do you think, no, it's 50-50?
Well, I do. I think it's situational, it's systematic. Do you know your team? How does the team come back? There's a lot of things. As a coach, it is, if the team comes back and they do beat you, you're always going to look like, man, we lost it. It's on me, I lost it. Publicly, you might say something different because you have to save face. But internally as a coach, if they came back, it's because we lost it. If I come back against a team, you're still thinking, man, they lost it. You look at them and say they lost it because they had the lead. If they would have done certain things, yes, as a coach, we came back. We did some things to win the game. But you're looking at them and they're saying that they lost it.
Is it harder to win a game or easier to lose a game?
Depends on how much experience you have.
I think it's harder to win one. I think it's easier to lose one. I think the move there would be toward it's easier to lose one than it is
I would
harder
say
to win.
for a young team, it's easier to lose the game. An inexperienced team like Tennessee has, a veteran team like we got J.J. Frazier, and he's in that situation. He's been there. It's easier for him to win.
If I turn it over 5 times, easier
Yeah.
for me to lose than it is for the harder to win.
Because you're pressure, right? Pressure comes into play. If you have the win, if you have the lead, pressure builds. When you're down, your freedom. You
But
can
that's
go
all
blank
about
play.
experience level, though. As Peyton Manning told Josh Dobbs, pressure is what you feel when you're not prepared. When you're
Right.
inexperienced, like Grant Williams, I said, how do you guard this guy? He goes,
Okay.
there's nobody like him. Well, you're only a freshman. You haven't played a lot of people.
Got to catch a break, end it in 10 seconds.
The argument would be, well, then Barnes is the most experienced coach out there. Then how can we keep losing these games?
Experienced players.
So we're blaming him now. I'm kidding. All right. When we come back, we still have something about America's #1 superfan, media etiquette, when should we be giving hugs, and a little something on Brady Hoke, what they're saying in Michigan about Brady Hoke. You want to stick for that? Next, NCAA tournament host for Tennessee, Mark Pankratz breaks it down. Come on back.